Hey, how's it going? Okay, here it is unedited.
Fat dude, funny old dude, fat time, good. That's how he be. That's all he do anymore. Put on, keen on, man. I ain't doing that. I do, I did. But you know, us black folks like this, I ain't trying to do that at all. Did you just pull me over, man? Why did you? Did you just pull me over? I didn't do anything wrong, officer. Why are you wrestling with me? Oh, man. You gotta look at off me, man. You gotta off me. That's a crazy white boy in the woods that imagine that he already did, and this looks old, and that don't look good. But he did wrestle in his own. Don't blame it on the black man, see? But blame it on your own self, because I'm black. Good. See, I have a white soul, but it's not a white person. It's the same as a black person did. It's the same, but I ain't the same as you, man. And because I'm the same as my wife if she is my wife. I think because Wesley, don't do this because Steve Harvey might put a gun to your skull, man. You understand? No. Steve Harvey man put a gun to your skull in this car right now, motherfucker. Do I sound like a chicken, motherfucker? I'll blow your head off, motherfucker. Give me that call back, man. Steve Harvey. Y'all ain't nothing but a cracker in the woods, man. Peace. I'm out of here like Richard Pryor on the stage. Smooth. It is smooth, too. I got $200 million. Suck my hickory rod up your nose. I don't care. Don't, man. Don't do that cocaine no more. That you been shoving up your asshole to get high, man. That's it, though, man. Shit. You cool. You don't do none of that. I just got pulled over by Steve Harvey, man. See? No, he didn't do that. He don't. Trust me, I play football, man. In my own brain, I could throw one and kick one, see, but I ain't never played in a league. Yeah, right. That's about how much I know, see. But he cool. He too cool. I could kick a football field goal and throw him real far. Oh, I could. I could too. See, I strong. And if I still have my youth left, I could kick a football field goal and throw one too. And I'd be very nice about it and good. But John Birmingham don't know much about football game. But when he was in the fifth grade, see that's Corey, the way Corey talks, he don't game. But I don't know who talked that way. Game. I don't know who talked that way. That's a dude that downtown Roanoke that broke the law. They're looking for, man. If you talk that way, you best not talk that way, man. Around here, best not talk that way. That's why I want to go leave to California. See, motherfuckers? That's what I'm talking about. This is real. This is real. A police officer just pulled me over, man. Who you talking to? Himself. So, I ain't going wrong now. See, for saying that, they put you away, man. So, take a shit in the woods, all I care. I'm black. See? No, 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 no. But that's not the real reason. They ain't gonna do nothing wrong to a black folk around here. But I'm pretending, see, because I'm like so liberal that I like it.
Like some of these woods are so weird. It looks like that was like this is a Solonovich tree. It looks like that's like the legs, like it's like the legs of some weird body. Like it looks like weird. Like it's like kind of, it's like almost creepy but really good. There's no place like this on earth that I'd ever been to. It was so weird. I knew it was creepy. One time I just drove out of this neighborhood. It was too creepy. And then I got lured back in. I wanted to stay here. And it looks like there's someone hiding behind it. Like there's her eyes, or there's the eyes, and like there's its head, and it's like hiding behind the person with the weird legs. See, this is the weird art that, see, there are no woods here when the Solonovich people got here, and they're like really brilliant artists. They're determined to be like, you know, like really good at art, but in a kind way. And so all the woods grew up as these artists were in the neighborhood making a big presence, not president, they didn't like any of that stuff for them, you know, but their granddaughter does. She wants her son to be president. I don't know why. Their great granddaughter, great granddaughter or granddaughter or grandson. No, grandson. Her. But I don't want to mention all their names. I don't know if they want it. But these woods weren't here, and one of the kids wants to be a president now. I think he's like my son's age, one of my son's age. But like all the trees grew up when they're doing art and trying to make like, you know, really brilliant, really good art, because that's what they did. They're like really cool and good at it. They didn't try to take it to like a level like being the best on earth to have ever lived or something. But they, you know, I had to calm down with that almost to where I had to act like I was almost like a special needs person, because I at one time had a 200 IQ and tried to be like the best artist to have ever lived, better than anyone or something. And then so like they still kept kind of cool at what they but they acted like, so this is so weird that looks like a strange creature that was like around like back then. Like that's its legs, like that's its leg, and that's its other leg, and that's his body, like, and that's some kind of thing on its head, and it goes all the way up to that like weird thing as its head, and there's some like little person behind it. And like all the trees grew up around here when they're doing this like brilliant kind of weird art that was good and, you know, beautiful and good. And there were apple orchards here. This was a beautiful like a farmland with apple trees. And when the Solonoviches got here, the oak trees started growing. And so there's this really cool looking weird art, like in like sometimes any, like these just pieces of wood around here. They're so weird and different. And it's because they did art, and that's what they made a huge presence and owned all these woods and built houses here, like art houses. So some of the woods, like look, some of the wood here looks weird, the trees and stuff. That was one of them. That's still left. Whatever this tree is, whenever the Solonoviches were here, I think that's from when they were here. Yeah, I can tell. It looks really weird. Like that's like one of the legs, and that's one of the legs, and it's like an old thing with like a creepy something behind it, like somebody like piggyback on the back of whoever it is. Like that's one of the weird things. Sometimes I used to find them all the time, but they're good and kind. There's nothing bad about it. There's never anything bad about it. Besides one time, the neighbor, I think, I listened to Led Zeppelin, and I was almost going to invite this girl over, this young woman, and she called herself like Nymph something, and I didn't know why. And then I could almost hear my daughter, who's 6 now, and I think she was 3 or 4 or 5. This is a few years ago, and she sounded like, I could hear her voice way up, like as if she finally made it here or at some time, and she was a teenager, like up on the mountain, a young woman, and I could hear her voice echoing, like trying to allure men or something, like she had become a nymph, and it felt bad and wrong, and I didn't want her to give anyone that kind of attention. So I got really angry and drove off the mountain, said I'm just going to leave and not even live here anymore. And that was the only time. And then that night I said, I've got to come back. And I had been here too long. I had been here for 5 years, and I kept staying and staying. And when I left the neighborhood, I thought I didn't know where I was going to go, but I let God guide me somehow. And so I first went to one of my friend's houses, and there's a party there, and I thought, oh, he's throwing a party with his friends. And so I got out of the car and walked up, and it was these like I thought he was partying with these people, but it was his son, and his son was a big teenager and throwing a big party, and years had gone by, and I made it to the door somehow to I talked to him. His son, I didn't make it to the door. Come on, I don't party. I may have drank once every 3 years as a get together with them. We don't party, and so anyway, so I got to his house, and somehow I had to talk. Well, I talked to his son, and I was nice, got along with him, and he came to the door, and he had gained a little weight. He's not older, but he looked considerably older because he had just gained some weight at that time. He's lost weight since then, but at the time he looked way older. And then I went to my other friends. I talked to him. He was almost going to call off the party and we'd be the cool ones or something, but it felt wrong, so I just left and let his sons keep. They weren't having a party, they didn't drink at all. They're having like literally fruit punch and I don't know what, something like that. They're teenagers. He wouldn't let them drink. And so then I went to my other friend's house. And he came to the door and he had a long gray beard. He really had a long gray beard, like I'm afraid to show myself because I really have to use the bathroom. But he had a long gray willow beard, it was this long. It was a long gray beard. It was like, he showed up at the door and it was like this long. It was like, oh God, I look like shit. Gosh, praise God, praise Jesus. I'm sorry I used the Lord's name in vain. I have to really take a crap. I looked awful. He had a long gray beard, but now he shaved it off. Now he shaved it off and looks normal. But he had a gray beard, like it looked like he was like Rumpelstiltskin or somebody like that. And so years had gone by and it felt so creepy, and I had left the neighborhood. When I was leaving the neighborhood, it looked really creepy. And then I didn't know where to go after that, so I had to come home after I saw my friends, and I realized many years had gone by, and that I stayed in this neighborhood for like 5 years or something. And so then for 5 years, and then so I drove back up the neighborhood, and this is the weirdest thing. I've never seen anything this bad. But there's a giant snake's jaw guarding the road, on the road, like in the trees. It made the shape of a snake's mouth. And it was on the road, and it was like when I was driving up the hill to go home. It was at night, and it looked like maybe the devil or something. It wasn't the devil, okay? I know what the devil is. It was not the devil, but it was a snake, and it could have been symbolic of the devil. And I didn't know where else to go. I didn't know where else to go into town, and I didn't like going into town, and I just wanted to go home, and I really liked staying here, and I kept staying and staying. So I just drove right through it. I just drove right through it and went home. And then it felt awful for days. It was dark and like depressing, and I got really depressed, and I was afraid to go to Texas for how it felt there, because she was still angry at me after 8 years or 7. Well, back then it was 6 years, and so it was like just awful, and I don't want to live that way, and so I don't want to live here as an old ass. I don't want to become an old ass like person who lives out here talks like this. or something like is that a person has to take a poo, or I don't know. And like I don't know, that didn't even sound like it, but like a weird like a European person, like how they were 400 years ago in the medieval times or something. Like and like some of this was like creepy in the way that this stuff looked like. That's his leg and that's his leg, and it's like, oh, you know, Peabody person or something like but not like the Peabody for my movie. That was a nice name. That was a kind name. But like a weird old medieval stuff that showed up like this neighborhood because they were, I don't, I don't know, like an old like a old like European like really white people who are like, old England times, oh, or like I don't know, not that bad, not really England, but like kind of Europe, like people from the old countryside of Europe or something. That's what this stuff looked like. But it wasn't dark and scary. It was it was like kind of, I don't know. This neighborhood, like the homes look like they're like, you know, they're made in that design from like hundreds of years ago. That same style from how they learned how to build the homes, and they got old wood and stuff. Well, not old wood, but like really good quality wood. That was huge pieces of wood from these like amazing buildings from like 200 or 100 years ago. Not 200, but 100 years ago. And they put them in the houses when they were tearing the buildings down. They got the wood for free, but it was actually really high quality wood from some of these historic buildings in downtown Roanoke and various places that were like that they used to build the house. And they found really high quality stuff. That's what they made the houses out of. And so they're kind of older, but not like 400 years old. But the style of homes that they built were like 400 years old. And there's something about it. There's like a little bit like not the occult, not as bad as the occult, but like almost earthly or something, almost earthly. I think people, like, if they keep staying, if they like it too much, they just get old. I think they get old if they really like it and they keep wanting to stay forever. Because Inga got up to I think 97, and she looked a little creepy when she got up to 97, and then she died. It's not that old, just 97. But so I could keep living here. You don't have to look old in particular, but it was kind of weird and creepy. I don't know. But it was good. It was good, weird. It was God. This is where I found God and Jesus. This is where I found God and Jesus. This mountain with at my house. But it feels like creepy. Like it's kind of crazy now. I think the painters went home and I can just go home. I think that's why it was weird and creepy, and it kept just being creepy and weird as I talked. I was supposed to just go home. So I'm just going to go home. I guess I'm just going to go home. And this is how rich people do that I don't put first, but I think this is how they do. They get an idea and they say they're going to do it, and then they just do it. They don't think about it. They don't take their time. You know, I might have to use a bathroom. I don't know where I'm going to use a bathroom because I really have to use a bathroom. So I may go to the bathroom in the woods, but I don't know. And then maybe I can make it home and use the bathroom at home. The same way, use the same toilet used in the bathroom all by myself. It's not that fun. It's like sometimes everything gets okay again, but it's really weird. I had a dream about Danica that was like that out at this house. See, this neighborhood is so weird that sometimes it's like an alien planet. It is so weird, and people really like it. Like my neighbor Tom really likes it, and he has a small house, but it's like made in that old, like 400 years old style. So it's like it has this weird, it looks like a 400-year-old house, and it looks like from the old European times, and like the European countryside. And so I had a dream about Danica like a week or two ago. I had a dream about Danica a week or two ago, and she finally made it here, and we were older. We were in our 50s, but starting to get old, but like still look young. like we could still act young. And she may have been 60, but still looked young. And like her face and eyes like still were like kind of bright and like looked young. And she was like taking a shower, and it wasn't sexual at all. No one could see what she looked like, but there's this weird screen right outside the shower. And I think she had lusted after a man or something, or other man besides me, but we were still married. It wasn't that bad of a sin, so we were still staying together. And it was in a dream. And there's this leaf that was like a fresh, really green leaf that looked like from another. It was so beautiful and sunny out, and it looked like it was from another planet, like an alien planet. But it was on the screen window, like right outside where she was taking a shower. But she had lusted after another man or something. So like she didn't know, and she was singing in the shower, and it sounded like. And it just sounded, it was good. There's never anything bad about this neighborhood. An alien planet is from heaven, and from the heavens. It's from the heavens. It's literally, when you read the Bible enough, aliens are from the heavens. So there may be alien planets in the heavens, and they're good. They're angels who live there. So it's like so weird and different. I think that it's almost heavenly out here. That's really how I felt here. But we don't really have any idea of how beautiful and good and different from what we may have thought heaven really is. So it's like cool too, or like in ways that we think things are like not just really good and beautiful. Like in heaven now, I think where heaven is now, I don't know if this is true, but it's supposed to be all white, beautiful light and no shadows on anything, and just this really bright light that there's love and the love of God and Jesus. And when heaven's brought to earth, it'll be different. It'll be like maybe like an alien planet or something. And then all these weird bugs were in that really green leaf that was like, but not gross bugs. It was like these fresh alien bugs that looked like almost worms, and these like strange worm-like bugs from an alien planet. There's in this really fresh green leaf that was like swinging on the out. It was just hovering on the outside of the screen window when she was taking a shower, and it was sunny out. Well, it was like in the beautiful woods and like some shade, but really sunny where there's sun. And she was singing in the shower, and it sounded like almost like she was from an alien planet. She was going, you Bobby, or like it wasn't like that kind of alien. It wasn't those little aliens that came out wrong. It wasn't like those little aliens they show people with the big eyes or whatever, unless those are some aliens or angels, maybe. But it sounded like. And no, it came out wrong again. It sounded like there's little aliens with the little aliens with the big eyes. I don't know why. I can't redo how it sounded, but it sounded like this alien planet that was like, I don't know. See it? So I'm gonna turn the car around, drive home. I can't even. It was like, I don't know, but I still would have, of course I would be married to her even if she was that much older, but I don't want to wait that long for us to get that old to finally get to be together again. We'd be in our 50s or 60s if I waited as long as that dream was when we were finally together living at this house. I don't know if I can make it that long alone. And I don't know if I'll be happy enough by myself for that long. But I don't want to fornicate or anything like that. I don't like that stuff. This is awesome. This is pretty good. This is kind of like what the alien planet would look like. here when heaven's brought to earth. I don't know, but it's not. You know, it's like. But we're gonna get old. You know, we might end up being really old. Maybe really old. Who knows? My plan. I thought I'd get really old, be really old, and just stay at this house till I get really, really old, like 140, something like that. I don't know. God has a plan for us. I might only live to be 82, or might die tonight in my sleep, or I don't know. I don't know. I might not be able to film a video right now if I think it's like too much getting the glory for stuff. Or I feel awful about how fast I drove on this road. I got angry for some reason. I don't know why. Something drove me to anger. I got really angry and drove really fast. I hit somebody's thing with my car a little bit, just intentionally. Like he left some kind of junk, and it was like, I don't know, I shouldn't have done that, but the aliens aren't, I think they're not at all what we may think they're like, but they may have some of those aliens like people have seen, like the ones that have big eyes and little, or whatever. Or those ones that have a big head and big eyes. They might look like that, some of them, but some of it's so different. I think it's like nothing that it's like from another planet in the heavens. It's a residential neighborhood. Can't shoot in here. Well, you can shoot a gun in your backyard, maybe if one of your friends or you shoot guns, but I don't like shooting guns. Yep. I feel bad for driving fast, but I'm kind of driving fast. No. Yep. I'm going to my house. I'm driving to my house in the video. Hey. Yeah. Hey. No shit. No. I'm gonna fix something. Tonty ain't tonty. I got. What are you doing there? Saying I don't. Hey. What is that? Oh shit! Oh no! What is that? I don't know. What is that? Why did you? Oh shit!
What is that? Shit! What the heck? I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't know what that is. Maybe somebody. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't want that. Somebody's grill. This is grill. This is grill. I don't know how it got there. I don't even know. I don't know what it is. Praise the Lord Jesus. No, he don't do anything mean. No. Get away from me. I act like a big angry Hollywood. I don't know. I don't know. Here's the home. They painted stuff. So weird that I didn't hire. Oh. The painted stuff. How awful. I drove back here and got angry and drove off really fast. They painted those windows. Yep. No, get her. Yeah, I gotta get home. I'm just gonna. Maybe, yeah. In a good kind of, the good definition of magic that's not anything bad. Looks pretty good. My dad. I don't know where I'm gonna live or what. Because this is my house, but I don't know if I have to leave to California or what I'm gonna do. They're removing that pile of junk. I carried some of it to there. We used to leave the windows open. I'll just leave the windows open. Oh man.
How about them? Is there some special lady in your life?
Are you okay? Yes, are you okay? Run.
I'm way out in the woods. Really got to use the bathroom. This looks better. Hey, this is pretty amazing. There's a bee of some kind. Hey, yeah, bee of some kind. Alexa, what's the weather out?
The current weather is 90 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies. Today, you can expect intermittent clouds with a high
That's
of 92
weird.
degrees and a low of 72 degrees.
Okay, it doesn't feel warm. It says 90 degrees. I have to use the bathroom. I'm gonna go. Hello. Well, it's time to go, boys, girls, of Jesus and God. And Jesus is God. You're a child of God. All of us are a child of God. What does that mean? I don't know. I don't watch TV. Really for me. He's a good bee. Hey, little baby bum. Little baby bum. Those are pretty good. I gotta get her and the kids somehow. That's pretty good. If I could get her and the kids back here. If I can get her and the kids back here. You know, it's been 6 years they've been in Texas, and 7 that she has made it. So I was gonna leave to California and get her and the kids there. I'm gonna go. Bye. Praise God. Praise Jesus. Believe in God and Jesus.